of the bat quite nicely. Gale on strike. He's only faced 10 balls, 18 he's got at this stage.
This is going to be interesting. Shoaib Malik into the attack.
2 men back straight.
Well, that's the best thing you can do, isn't it? Get him off strike.
Shoaib Malik would consider that a massive win. Unusual for Chris Gale to take those short singles. Sheriff's in town.
Who shot the Sheriff, Hazy? Or is that an arrow?
Yes, I think it's an arrow. He's well spotted. Candidate for the hero fan of the match. I'll award that prize a little bit later on in the night. Down the ground. There is A.B. de Villiers there, and he is not going to drop that. 2 men back. The one on long off for that reason.
Pace off the ball, and it gets the breakthrough. Chadwick Walton looking to up the ante, and he doesn't get enough of it. So, first wicket down here for the Jamaica Tallawahs. He really should have just hit it back where it came from, but instead it goes straight into the hands of Mr. 360. .25 for Walton, it's 47 for 1.
So 2 balls into the 6 over, 47 for 1 it is. Sangakkara at the non-striker's end. There's a couple of big guns on show now for the Tallawahs.
Yep, the artist and the destroyer. Kumar Sangakkara out in the middle now. Nearly 200 matches in his 20-over career. That's pretty stunning.
Another look at the dismissal of Walton. Did a pretty good job. 25 off 21 balls. Playing a support cast role, which we normally play with Gale at the other end, but A.B. de Villiers pouching that one.
Yeah, it was just the angle, wasn't it? Around the wicket to the right-hander. He probably, in hindsight, should have looked to go straight back over the bowler's head.
So important to have key players, key fielders in the right spots, and A.B. de Villiers was involved in the first wicket to go down. There he is. He's at long on now to Gale. And Buckets is at long off. It's fine. Just a little paddle running off the blade, I think, unless a wide is called. A wide has been called.
With that, it brings up the Tallawahs 50 in the 6th over.
There's another candidate for the hero fan of the match, dressed up as King Dial, who was one of the great characters, used to always be at the games in Barbados.
Enjoying that kite, KG.
There we go. Confirmation of King Dial. Gee, he was a great character. He never missed a game here, King Dial. It was always terrific to see him here. Used to see him in the UK a lot as well. Umpires have decided to have a look at the ball and change it over. Obviously the outfield, and I guess there's every chance with the rain we had, a little bit of rain we did have, that maybe the ball got a little bit wet as it went towards the boundary.
Remember, of course, 2 bowlers, well, 3 overs. Akil Hussain yet to find himself in the attack.
So they're going at just a shade over 9.5 at the moment. The Tallawahs. Gale hits that straight down the ground, and that's another sex, a beauty, another terrific shot from Gale. Kept his shape superbly.
Oh, what a clean strike. And he plays with so much authority. Nice follow through as well. And he has absolutely launched it.
Well, he's already put on a terrific show in this edition of the CPL with that 108 off 49 balls against Trimbago a couple of games ago. 14 runs off this over and also a wicket. Gale's going to trot through for 1. Some might have scampered through for 2, but not Cress. Doesn't need to when you score almost 15 off the over single-handedly. 61 for 1 now off 6.
For 1 after 6 overs. Where's Danny gone?
Well, I've gone down sideline to the Greenwich and Haynes stand. I heard Hazy mention King Dial. Sadly, Dial's not here either, but I tell you who is. Oh, the Kensington Brass Band. Atmosphere, passion. When it ignites passion, these guys go crazy. I might not be back. You're probably glad about that. I'm staying down here because this is where it's at.
I don't know what you're on about, Danny. We love having you up here. Don't we, Tom?
Absolutely. I don't think he's too good on the trombone, Danny Morrison. Anyway, it's a good start here from the Tallawahs. They ideally would like to be chasing in this situation, particularly when you get a shortened game, but lost the toss and have to make the best of getting a competitive total. And as long as particularly Chris Gale's at the crease, they'll do that.
I suppose the other thing is you don't have a chance to change the team, do you?
No, well, the toss was taken before the rain hit, so both teams have to stick with their 11. When you get a shortened game, obviously the challenge you have is you're stuck with a certain formula.
Slow ball from Raymond Reefer, and it's a full toss that's put away nicely.
Sangakkara just waited on this so nicely. Fine leg in the ring, so there's opportunity to find a boundary if you can beat that short fine leg, and he did it so nicely. It's good slow ball, just a little bit full, and Sangakkara just a little paddle.
Raymond Reefer into the side for tonight in place of Ashley Nurse. Brian Pollard said at the toss he just wanted something a little bit different to add to the attack. Different sort of pitch to the one at St Kitts. Comes through a little bit quicker. He's got to use it though. Oh, lovely stroke through the covers.
Yeah, deserved a 2, and they got there. So Gale doing his best to get to the other end. Yeah, just on that situation with the teams when they're declared early and then you get the rain interruption, which is what we've had tonight, you would think that, there is an argument that both captains should have the opportunity to re-look at their playing 11, given it's a shortened game down to 12 overs. With the 20-over game, we're only talking 8 overs, but still it's quite a significant change in the way the game's played, and there may be certain combinations you may opt for in that condensed game. So it's possibly something for the ICC to consider if a game is shortened below a certain number of overs, that the captains have the option.
Looking to run it down there, Sangha. Seven runs coming from the over so far,
which is pretty good, particularly in the state of the game. 2 dot balls, the last 2 deliveries. He just needs to close this over, so he needs to do his best to prevent an over. There's been a change of field now with deep cover coming into the ring, so there's 3 behind point on the offside with a straight cover.
Dancing down the track, nearly another chance for Imran Khan. You would say actually it's probably a good save in the end. End of the 7th, it's 69 for 1. Chelsea Twack in the crowd, enjoying a few bevies. Number 17 in the world when it comes to pro surfers here in Barbados. Real superstar here on the island.
I believe you went surfing with her, is that right?
I wouldn't say that I went surfing with her because she was.
You went swimming with her.
She was pretty good. Yeah, me and my mate Christian. Christian was teaching me all the moves in the water.
Bit of a balance problem there. You look
I have
pretty
to
well.
say though, I've been surfing a couple of times, and this was the very first time that I stood up. So here's to a very good teacher.
And to a very long board, by the looks of it. Certainly longer surfboards than I've seen.
Yeah. Swept away, and it will go all the way for 4.
Yes, the danger for the off spinner when he's trying to tuck up the left-handed batsman and bowl very much a leg stump line. As soon as he gets slightly outside that leg stump, it opens up the opportunity for the sweep shot. And it's certainly a shot that Kumar Sangakkara enjoys, just drifting into that leg stump or outside. It's just easy pickings. Fine line, because he can't afford to bowl it off stump or just outside, because then Sangakkara can punch him down the ground.
Looking to give himself some room. Followed him. And the result is a dot ball.
By bowling that leg stump line, what he's trying to do is just get him to score just one side of the field. So he's closing down the offside, making it hard for Sangakkara to hit over mid-off or extra cover.
This time he goes over to the leg side. And an excellent bit of work from A.B. de Villiers. You wouldn't expect anything less.
He's a superstar, isn't he? May have just jolted his shoulder, but so close to that line. What an athlete. He really is such a wonderful athlete.
And that's exactly why he's patrolling that long on boundary, because he is probably one of the best fielders in the world at the moment. Launched, full toss, and it's put away.
Well, another hero maximum. That went a long, long way. A real gift for Sangakkara. He's not going to miss out on those opportunities. Just question whether it may have just slipped out of Malik's hand because it was way too full. Help yourself. Long hit too, 95 metres.
That is a huge hit.
Clever bowling. Just the pace taken off that delivery, which threw Sangakkara. Every other ball this over has been a lot quicker. Darted into that leg stump. Just held that one back ever so slightly.
Giving himself room over extra. And yes, it will go to the fence. At the end of the 8th, it's 85 for 1. Smart batting there from Sangakkara, and that's exactly what you talked about, Tom. That's what he's wanting to do, is to go over that offside field.
Well, he wants the choice, doesn't he? He wants to be able to explore both boundaries, off and leg side, not be restricted. Such a wonderful clean hit of the ball through the offside. He drives as well as anyone in world cricket, whether it's along the ground or in the air.
Twelves and over will get the Tallawahs up to 133. Remember, of course, it's a shortened game. We had a bit of rain earlier on, and it's 12 overs a side. Maximum of 3 overs for 2 of the bowlers. 5 bowlers used so far, and we've seen Visa already. A couple of missed chances, a couple of drop catches off his bowling. One was probably a half chance, you would say.
You're tough, aren't you? Half chances, gosh. One went like a tracer bullet behind point.
And this has been smoked. Chris Gale on fire.
Well, it's never easy to hit the ball over cover for 6, but to hit it nearly 100 metres over extra cover for 6 is a different story. And this man is probably the only one in world cricket can get close to doing it. That is a monstrous hit in a very, very difficult portion of the ground.
He's had plenty of practice of late. Fabulous 100 the other night against the Night Riders. Slower ball. And he's been deceived. We don't see it too often with Chris Gale. Usually that's going out the ground as well.
Yeah, from a bowling perspective in this situation, you've just got to try to do everything possible to change up your pace, change up your length, be unpredictable. But a bowler under pressure mustn't forget probably the best defensive ball in the shorter form of the game, and that is the Yorker. Got to get it right up into the block hole to this man so he can't get underneath the ball.
And again, he's only able to work that away for a single.
Well, he's probably the most talked about man in team meetings prior to matches, is Chris Gale. What do you do? Firstly, when he's at the crease with a new ball, and secondly, once he gets going like this, how can you shut him down? How can you slow him down? I'd imagine both two players that are playing this evening, Gale and A.B. de Villiers, they're probably the 2 most talked about players in that regard.
Come on then, Tom. How do you bowl to Chris Gale? We saw Ravi Rampal go in with the short ball. I think it was second delivery to him.
That's how you bowl to him, like that. Slower ball Yorker, 2 in 1. Oh, look, it's again, it depends on your balance of your attack, the personnel you have. You know, some bowlers have certain strengths and like to, you know, defend in a certain way, and others do it in a different way. But I think as long as those players are very clear with those plans and commit to those plans, that's all you can hope for.
And then a case of hoping and praying, I guess.
Yeah, well, you know, they're going to have their day out, and, you know, you can't help that. Chris Gale has had many days out in all forms of cricket for that matter. You know, we sometimes forget his Test record. You know, he's got a remarkable Test record. You know, 2 triple centuries, played over 100 Test matches. You know, which is quite phenomenal for an opening batsman. But in T20 cricket, he's a hard man to slow down when he's in this mood.
Smashed. A full toss. That is dispatched as well. AB can't get there.
Well, there's the downside to being probably an inch or 2 inches off a Yorker. He's tried to go for a Yorker. Just a low full toss. Bang. Thanks for coming.
Well, it's 100 up in the 9th over. And you have to say there have been a few freebies here from the Tridents. Maybe a little bit more difficult because of the wet ball. Oh, you see AB de Villiers just giving a bit of a dry. They've changed the ball already in this innings. Let's not forget Sangakkara at the other end, 25 off 13 deliveries. Has this gone all the way as well? Yes, it has. Another 6 for Chris Gayle. That's his 5th one of the night. 106 for 1.
Nine overs gone, 106 for 1 it is. 21 runs off that last over. What extraordinary hitting from Chris Gayle. What about this effort? Was it almost taken? Oh, he looked quite comfortable too. He was trying for the Guardian Group catch for cash. Straight through those hands in the end, and extreme disappointment.
He didn't quite get it up the centre of his hand. Missed an opportunity to win US 1,000. You'd be disappointed with that effort.
So that award is still on offer in Barbados tonight, $1,000. If that's taken, another one's taken with one hand, then that goes to 2,000. If there's a third, it goes to 3,000 as well. So we're going to have fun here. 1 wicket down, 3 overs to go. Gayle 47 off 20. Sangakkara 25 off 13. The stand is 59 off 24 balls. Rampal again. Bowled him. Got him. That's exactly what they want. That's the best result.
Well, Tom Moody spoke about it. Going for the Yorkers, especially when you're bowling against top-class batsmen. Ravi Rampal usually bowls wicket to wicket. This time he got it right. Bang. You miss, I hit. Dangerous. Kumar Sangakkara has to depart. Gone for 25 or 14 deliveries. Somewhat of a cameo. It's 106 for 2.
Rahman Pal has arrived in the middle now, 1 ball into the 10th over. Strike rate of just a shade under the 100. That stand, by the way, was broken, 59 off 25 balls. That's all it was. Smart stuff and smart bowling from Rampal. Rolling those fingers down the side of the ball, a little bit of an off-cutter. A little bit optimistic, I think, that time from Rampal. But a couple of dot balls to start this over is important.
Can't hear. Talk to me.
Let's go downstairs to Danny Morrison.
Can't hear you. Now listen, we're here with the steel band. I went from the brass band, went to the steel band. This is the Mosaic steel band. I'd love to play it, but just haven't quite got the skills. I'm going to learn to do that over the rest of the Hero CPL. This is what the Caribbean's about. Very chilled. Not like the batting out in the middle. But I tell you what, it always goes crazy in the Caribbean. I'm going crazy. This place is going crazy. This is simply outstanding.
Thanks, Danny. Off the helmet, leg buys that last delivery. Short delivery. Intelligent bowling again from Ravi Rampal, first up for Powell. Slow ball that time, trying to hit that one all the way to us, I think, down in the commentary box.
Searching for power. Rovman Powell has just come to the crease. Hasn't really given himself a chance to get in and have a look. Immediately looking for boundaries. Just losing his shape a bit, not making contact.
Got to get Gale back on strike. That's what he needs to do. Just push that one, get a single down, get Gale back there. Going at 235 his strike rate, Chris Gale. Can't afford Gale watching at the non-striker's end in this sort of game.
Consecutive dot deliveries. Chris Gale, this man. 47 runs so far. 38 of the 47 coming in boundaries. Just needs to get as much deliveries as possible before this innings end.
This was the first, or the second ball rather, that Powell faced off the helmets. Just going down a third man for a boundary. That would have been all that the batsman, I guess, with the lid on, would have been concerned about.
Change in the field. Ravi Rampal will use the sweep on the offside and bring the fine leg in. So should be a full delivery. Let's have a look.
He's clubbed that. Has it gone far enough? Yes, he has. He's hit it right out of the screws. The batsman again just able to get underneath that and turn that into a good over in the end. 10 from it. 116 for 2.
He struggled with his last delivery. Ravi Rampal. In overs prior to this particular one, he's conceded a boundary of the last delivery. Sometimes in T20 cricket, when you change your field, you really give an inkling to the batsman as to what you're going to do with that particular delivery. Rovman Powell responded well and a clean strike down the ground.
Ten runs off that over. The over before that went for 21. That was the biggest by some distance. So 2 overs left now in this innings. That's all. If the rain gods play their game. Confirmation of that 6. Fingertip as well. And I'm afraid the groundsmen are going to get busy again. The forecast is for a bit of rain, the odd shower from time to time. It wasn't expected to set in. We've seen proof of that already today. We had a shower literally 5 minutes before we were going to get underway. That's why in the end we were delayed and it was reduced to a 12 over per side game. This doesn't seem too heavy at the moment.